I'll go first. I
Yes,
don't know what the
to
question
Margaret.
is. I'll take the gauntlet.
How will public bodies ensure that there is continuity of good quality services to meet emerging and changing needs?
Oh dear, I've gone first for the question that I don't know the answer to. Well, I think, at the end of the day, there is the need to respond to the needs of users. And we need to be mindful in transition that at the end of the day, the user is why that organisation is there. All public authorities and bodies are there to deliver the needs of the community. The health service is there to respond to the health needs. Similarly, a local authority, a whole range of different service needs of the population of Bristol. So in my view, as public authorities, it's the responsibility, even through transition, to carry that and have, ultimately, we are public services delivering to the needs of the public. So, and through commissioning cycles, transition, everything else, those end users' needs need to be priority.
I mean, part of this comes back to my first point in my presentation, which was about one of the great strengths of the relationship with the voluntary sector is that it's often the voluntary and community sector that present to us new needs and say, look, we've got a solution to this. Do you know this is going on? And so there's a lot of that. Of course, one of the things that the ways we also do it in the health service is through public health, who have a particular role, and this role comes out in the strategic needs assessment, which we do jointly with the local authority, which is understanding local health needs and how they're changing. I shall be very sad when public health transfers to the local authority, but I shall also be very pleased because it is appropriate that it should be hosted there, and I shall feel that it's just a continuing expression of the partnership that it's there. But I mean, just to pick up a couple of examples of it, I went a couple of weeks ago to the opening of a place called Mortimer House. And Mortimer House is a residential facility for people with learning disabilities, but specifically designed for the needs of people with learning disabilities who have dementia. Because as people with learning disabilities are now living longer, they also are more likely to have dementia than the general population. So it's a good example of how we need to spot the changes in needs as they're happening and then design services to accommodate them. Another one is every year we have to produce a winter plan for how we get. Winter comes every year and the health service always struggles to manage it, doesn't it? So every year we have a winter plan, and this year one of the specific subsections was about responding to the needs of Somalian families, where we found that we're not responding well enough. So, these are just practical living examples about how we need to make those responses. And of course, we do a lot of that with you, and a lot of the service responses are expressed through you.
I think that's right, and I would just add to that. Clearly, we're very conscious that Bristol is a rapidly growing city. Its demographics are changing very quickly. It's not something that we can continue to deliver the same service in the same old way that we've always delivered them. Increasingly, people are accessing services online. They want more information online. I think there's a range of things, as well as the feedback, which is incredibly important. Involving people in how we design services for the future is fundamental if we're going to get it right, because we don't have all the answers. And I have to admit, when I ask certain people how they'd like to see service delivered, they come up with things that I'd certainly never have thought of. So I think we've just got to keep doing that, is involving people in that future service design and be conscious that it's never going to stop changing.